you were ever scared of E.T. the Extra-Terrestrial and you didn't really know why and your friends told you were wrong, maybe you were right, because it seems E.T. was originally a much scarier movie, and according to the special effects supervisor, it looked like it in its appearance. It's scary. Let's take a look at the original E.T. designs. Ah! Look at his head. So these pictures came from the SFX artist Rick Baker, and he shared the original concept art and design for the aliens from E.T. back when it was called Night Skies, which was a feature that had aliens who could kill each other using the tips of their fingers instead of healing things. And there was supposed to be one good alien in the group named Buddy, who more or less later became E.T. So that was what the body was going to look like at one point. A scary, mantis-like, look how
they kind of look like the worms in Men in Black.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Which I believe Rick Baker later went on to design.
Oh, that's clever.
It's
very much like
looks
walking
like he could
stick
run
insect.
and jump and like claw at your face and bite you.
He doesn't need to do those things.
But
He
I
can
liked
kill you with the tip of his finger.
Yeah, that too, and touch me with his nasty finger.
That would have made that scene with Elliot really pretty heartbreaking if E.T. touched him and killed him immediately.
That would make
Much-
a very
much
dark
shorter film.
What exactly is this? This
Well,
is
so
what
this
happens.
is interesting because when you kind of remove the large cranium on top of the head and you kind of just leave the face with this flat top, it actually starts looking a lot like what E.T. wound up looking like.
Like E.T.'s wise father.
It's very reminiscent of like primate humanoid kind of thing.
Like the wide nostrils and
Yeah, like almost like just a different direction for evolution almost.
Yeah.
Very familiar to
those
humans.
are very human eyes and lips.
Yeah.
Let's look at. So, and this is what the hands. Look how happy he looks at this horrifying creation. They look like frogman arms, and they're very sinewy. And I don't know what's up with the tips of the fingers.
They can kill, Kim.
Oh, all of them?
I don't know.
So scary. And here is what the babies would have looked like.
Well, this is what Buddy was supposed to be, right? The good
He's
alien?
a baby.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. So this one isn't horrifying. It's kind of cute
don't know, I
until
don't
you
trust
think
it. I don't
about
trust it.
Galaxy Quest and those cute aliens that didn't turn out to be so nice after all.
Yep.
Chilling pictures, gentlemen.
I mean, it's funny to see behind the scenes stuff and concept art stuff to see what could have been or what actually was but really didn't look that way when it was
Yeah.
put to film.
Yeah,
like
absolutely.
any behind the scenes pictures that I see of Alien are laughable and ridiculous. But watching that movie is horrifying and intense. So
Yeah, with the with the alien, when you get the strobing lights and all of that, it no longer really looks like a guy in a rubber suit.
Yeah.
I have a friend that I grew up with, and she was horrified of E.T. If she saw a commercial with E.T., she'd run away. I remember her crying once. Maybe she's a bit of a drama queen. But did you know anyone who was ever scared of E.T.? Because now I get it.
E.T. is a little bit scary. I don't know that I was necessarily scared of the alien himself, but the whole situation and like the quarantine and all of the government people coming in and like
remember,
that was scary stuff.
The guns.
When we saw that scene, those government men were carrying shotguns, not walkie-talkies,
Guns
like
to
kids
shoot
today
the
see.
children.
Yeah, well,
So, or the
that's
alien.
necessary.
I think they changed it back for the most recent
Did they?
Blu-ray
that's fun.
release.
Good work, Steven.
It sounds like something he would not be on board with. So do you think if this would have been, do you think this movie would have been as successful if it had featured the scary element of the aliens touching each other and killing each other?
I mean, E.T. wound up becoming one of the most classic science fiction movies of all time, so, it's really hard to say.
It would have been very
If it
different.
had taken this other direction, I don't think it would have necessarily had the impact. It would have kind of just been another horror sci-fi type movie.
Where would Drew Barrymore be now?
Yeah, and it was made kind of like at that weird time in cinema where like they started with rating movies, but they weren't really good at it yet. Like Jaws was PG. Like they didn't fully understand what was appropriate for a kids movie and not. So there are scary elements to that movie.
And to be fair, Spielberg especially is kind of well known for pushing those limits
Yes.
in many of his movies.
I mean, I think it is a kids movie, but it was scary enough and interesting enough and dramatic enough to appeal to all ages, and that's probably why it has the mass appeal that it does.
So do you think these designs would have killed that?
Yeah, I think you would have
Maybe.
eliminated more than half your audience of kids that can't go see a scary movie.
Right.
And it's just another one of many scary movies that comes out every year.
Or it could have been Close Encounters with the Third Kind, Part 2.
Or it could
Well,
have
that
been
was
like
kind of
Paul.
originally like it was supposed to be a follow-up to Close Encounters, which, I mean, Close Encounters definitely is not really a scary movie, but it does get intense.
Yeah. Well, if you had seen E.T. with these different original designs, what would you have thought? Would you be traumatized to this day? Or would it have been an okay move? Let us know what you think below in the comments, and please be sure to subscribe and check out our Facebook page.